This week, we drink through Old Irving's 2025 Krampus Cookies lineup with Trevor, Tim, and Matthew. This is episode 172 of the Moldenhauer.
What's the haps on the hops? Got yeast, that's bees. This the Moldenhauer where we talk about our drink and tell you what we think every other week. And if we get drunk, well, we might slur our speech. Got the gift of gab, the friends you wish you had. Join us for a drink, join us for a laugh. Time is never wasted, where you getting wasted. The Moldenhauer here, people take your places. People take your places. People take your home.
Welcome to the Moldenhauer. I am one of your hosts, Tony Golick, joined always with
Brandon Winninger.
And this is our annual Old Irving Brewing Krampus episode. Spooky. That's good. Thanks.
I'm vibing to that, boys.
Why don't you guys introduce yourself? To my left is
Trevor Rose-Hamblin.
To his left is
Matthew Moldenhauer.
You guys know Matthew. He's on episodes. To Matthew's left,
Timothy Broyles.
welcome back, gentlemen.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you so much for wanting to do this again. We always look forward to this. I think we were discussing before we started recording. I believe this is the fourth year of us doing this.
We think.
We think.
Could be.
Could be.
I think I first
Our
came
memory
on
gets-
after you guys were talking about Krampus, and I reached out to you guys because it was the Krampus episode that you did.
Yeah, but I mean,
wasn't
like,
on.
you're right.
So then I think it was 4 after that.
I think so.
I don't know anymore.
We don't know our archives.
Because I think that was pandemic.
Yes.
It was 2020.
Yes.
And we were recording.
So maybe, yeah, this is because I think the following year
That
is
would make this
when
4 then.
Yep.
21,
Yeah.
22, 23, 24.
We lost Trevor.
Trevor's going.
I don't know, man.
Trevor is finding the bourbon.
Hi. I'm over here now.
That didn't take long.
Nope.
I mean, you gotta start somewhere.
Yeah.
Might as well start
I
there.
mean, it's okay that you guys didn't offer me any when I first walked in.
Okay.
I'll figure it out myself.
I mean, you were 15 minutes late.
We offered you a delicious Shoto.
You did.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's very nice.
And we have White Castle.
Yeah.
Because
Tradition.
Everybody loves White Castle and Krampus. Let's get into this. Let's talk about Krampus. This year's lineup, you guys did something, and we can get into this later, but we got a chance to try before it was released because you guys did a Krampus dinner, which was awesome. The food was amazing, and we got a chance to try all these. Trevor, I'm going to go with you. You can choose the first beer, and we'll crack it open, pour it, and talk about them.
Perfect. There's no better place to start than with the base. It was pretty cool. Yeah, this year I had talked to our general manager Joshua and our chef about maybe like doing like a. I've seen at other breweries that they do kind of a pre-release kind of sampling of the beer and maybe something to go along with if you do have food. So I came with like a very simple idea that was exactly that, and chef and Josh both looked at me and goes, "We're going to go ahead and do a tasting menu." And I said, "Well, that went very high, very fast." And like, "We're going to charge tickets." I'm like, "We've never done that." "And we're going to do it in the back room." I'm like, "Cool, it's currently occupied." And then we kind of went from there. But it was very cool to see the team come together, to be excited about this year's Krampus. And obviously, excitement begets excitement, and they kind of put a very good energy throughout the building for this year's Krampus. To be honest and frank, this year's Krampus worried me more than any previous years because...
What?
It's a very good question.
Thank you.
I was very worried this year because...
Notice I asked why after you said
Perfectly.
because.
I've been lucky enough to have like some of the giants of barrel aged beer through OIB, and Marty specifically from Revolution has been very, very good to me and kind of I won't say hand holding, but I'll say giving me some direction and stuff. And I went ahead and put all of our barrels in a completely different place and fucked everything up. No, we were starting out at OIB that was very temperature controlled. Obviously, we have air conditioning and heating and things like that. And then this year I said, you know what? We just don't have that space for how much the brand has grown. Let's go ahead and put it in our new distribution warehouse. Which, if it's good enough for Goose Island, by the way, it used to be Goose Island's barrel warehouse. It should be good enough for us. So we put it there, but I mean, the extreme temperatures this year, high highs and low lows and everything in between, I was very worried about it. So we had tasted it a few times and promised to put inert gas in the barrels, and then never did. And so like,
We absolutely did.
we did half of them, Tim, and that's okay. And that's okay. Like, that's on me. I should have pushed more, but the resulting beer that came out of it was actually very impressive. And actually, when we were at the Great American Beer Festival this year, Matthew introduced us to some friends he had met previously from which brewery?
North Park.
Yeah, North Park. And they were like, oh, that's our bread and butter. We store our whiskey barrels and our beer in a very crazy climate. So
Just like Kentucky bourbon.
exactly, which is crazy because obviously that has a little bit more give. The result this year, and I think you'll find it in the final liquid, is that you've kind of got these controlled oxidative reductive characteristics that shows up in nuttiness and dark fruit and things like that, especially on the base. And that kind of coincides with the type of cocoa nibs we use this year. We had to make our distributor was out of my favorite cocoa nibs. We kind of had to go with the number 2 cocoa nib, which was we don't know. And I still hand toasted them and everything else like that. Everything else is the same, but it was a little scary using new cocoa nibs. And then the final result was actually very happy. We were like, oh yeah, this is way more reductive, a lot more oak, a lot more like beautiful things going on. So we were happy with the final result.
I do want to jump in real quick. Sorry, I think you meant River North Brewing.
They're in, yeah.
Yeah, he's right. Yeah,
River North.
River North.
They're in right now.
Together, Matthew.
Yes, that's the name of the brewery. Yeah.
We all started drinking at like, I don't know, 2.
5:30.
No, I also remember the cocoa nibs this year was really fun because you ordered them, and then the day that we were going to toast and do things, we're like, we don't have them. What happened? No one told us.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so we had a good 24 hours where Trevor just kind of emergency had to find cocoa nibs.
I feel like I would be super stressed with all the new variables
So
introduced to this.
Is it a different type of cocoa nib or just from a different distributor?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think it's like, so a lot of it's funny, I used to like outsource cocoa nibs and like try and find the absolute perfect cocoa nib back in the day through different means, whether it was online or through whatever means I could. It didn't have to be through like an actual distributor. But we've actually found that our favorite ones were a product called CHO, which is TCHO. And they were through Brewer Supply Group, where we get all of our malts and everything else like that. And that's been tried and true and proven after the last couple years. And then this year they were out. And I was like, farts. So what do we do from here? And then I did some research and found a company that actually was a bit cheaper, which is nice, as we grow and, you get economies of scale. Is good, but I was like a little worried about the quality. But when they came in, I chomped on a few, and I was like, okay, these are great, actually. And we did our usual thing. So we have a 5-rack oven inside of the kitchen, a combination oven, and roast them 5 racks at a time, just like we did with all the adjuncts that you'll see tonight. And I'll kind of go through that as we get through the beer. So, and then as usual, the vanilla here, Madagascar vanilla, like we've talked about in previous years.
Best type of
Well, I don't know if it's the best, but it is definitely.
I love Madagascar. It's very good.
And and then you and I would say the best. It has the highest amount of vanilla, and as you get to brew, you find out, especially for adjuncts and things like that, you're looking for the most tried and true version of that product, right? Yeah. If I'm going for chocolate, I want chocolate. If I'm going for coffee, I want coffee. I don't want some derivative that's been fermented and like done all this cool shit to make it taste more like Fruity Pebbles. No, I want coffee that tastes like coffee because the consumer, once they have the beer, wants that flavor. So Madagascar vanilla having the highest vanilla content. I pulse, I chop them up, I puree them very small amounts at a time, or else the blender gets very hot, and then chef yells at me. And that's kind of how we do things. We're still doing it hand by hand, even at what was our total amount of volume? 75 barrels this year. Yep. So like it was a good amount of liquid, and we're still hand curating and hand creating everything.
I have a question.
Yes, please.
Is it always the same blend as far as the barrels go?
No.
With this being Buffalo Trace and 13 years Willet Bourbon?
No, so we actually change them every year. I think last year was, what was it?
It was Willet and...
It was Willet and I want to say it was...
Whistle Pig?
No,
No,
wild
that was-
turkey.
No, neither of
Something
those.
with wild turkey.
It was. I can see it in my brain hole.
There was something that
not something.
because we
rare.
had the bourbon.
That's right.
And then we drank.
That's
I thought
right.
it was Willet.
Was it? Would you guys have Heaven Hill?
We've had Heaven Hill. We've had Wild Turkey.
Because
we've
there
had
was one
everything
year
else.
we opened up your Heaven Hill bottle.
Yeah,
And we had it side by side with more of
it was cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
at me
Elijah.
remembering.
We did Elijah Craig one year, and then the other one was I'm gonna forget the name of it now. Anyway, but yeah, no, we try to change it every year. At least I try to change it every year. Yeah, I don't know if
Dickel and Russell's Reserve last year.
Russell's Reserve. That was what I was looking
Yeah.
for. Is our
Yeah, and 15-year
so-
Dickel.
Yeah, and so the Russell's Reserve was all single barrel Russells, which was super cool. And then we blended it with Dickel, which was like aged a lot longer. And so the way we figured out things in terms of like these like very thick beers is if you take an amount of it and ferment it until it goes basically almost dry, that the alcohol will actually pull out more of the oak tannin, and it's almost like a seasoning then. So kind of figured out percentages with bench trials on like how much was the right amount of this like extreme oaked and high ABV Krampus to blend into the whole. And then once you're happy with the whole, then you can go from there and you can start adding your adjuncts. And the adjuncts only work if they're gonna coincide with the barrels. So.
I love how nerdy that information is.
Yeah, Trevor
That's
needs to
so
drink
awesome.
more. That is
Yeah.
too beautiful of an
Well,
That was
explanation.
awesome.
It makes sense though if you think
Yeah.
about it. The higher alcohol, you're essentially making a tincture.
Right.
Of
Correctamundo.
of it at that point.
What I was going to say, we were talking about the Madagascar vanilla, and the only other vanilla that I've used has been the Tahitian vanilla.
Oh, yeah.
And I
Yep.
made my own tincture, I think, with the white buffalo trace that you gave me.
Oh,
and I let it
wonderful.
soak in there, and it was like, it's
I bet that
fruity.
was awesome.
Yeah.
It was good, and I used it for like baking and stuff like that. And it was, I mean, making your own vanilla tincture is awesome. But I wasn't sure how it was going to taste, and it's like I wouldn't use it probably as far as like a stout goes, unless it was like a fruited stout, you know. And but I mean, then you have to
Yeah.
use a bunch of those for one specific.
Well, what's
stout.
funny with vanilla is you actually want to get, for flavor, you want grade B, not grade A. You would
we
think
may have
grade
talked
A is
about
what you
this
want,
before,
but
yeah.
grade A is really made for like fine dining because they're pretty beans.
Oh, pretty.
Legitimately, they are prettier.
Hmm.
They still taste great. Obviously, they're still great. But the grade B are kind of like, they don't look as good. But oftentimes, they actually end up with more vanillin content, like we were talking about earlier. So they end up being awesome.
And you actually get more pods per pound.
Yeah.
So usually your grade A vanilla beans are going to be more plump and moisture. So a more amount of them is going to be water. And so you'll get less pods per pound. When we order grade B, they'll be a little bit drier, a little bit older, a little bit gnarlier. But who cares? I'm chopping them up and pureeing them in a fucking blender.
Yep.
And that's what I've realized over all these years, because obviously coming from the fine dining world, grade A or nothing was forever the thing. And when we first started Krampus, we were using grade A vanilla beans until I learned, holy shit, I'm chopping up
These beautiful beans.
I'm chopping up plate decoration.
Yeah.
I'm chopping up sexy Instagram photos for the sake of flavor.
PPP.
What
Pounds per pound.
there you go, PP.
Vanilla has always been like my favorite flavor, as far as like, especially when you find it in like barrel aged stouts.
Sure.
Bourbon ones. Obviously, you're gonna get vanilla from bourbon. When there is,
Do you know why you get vanilla
I don't.
from bourbon?
I don't.
Okay. So there's a difference between American oak and French oak. And American oak is definitely known more for its like vanillin, baking spices and things like that. Your French oak is going to kind of be like more peppery. What are some other flavor notes in French oak? I feel like
I was like, you get a lot of spice. You get a lot of.
you get
the tannins-
spice, but not like you get in American oak. American oak is definitely about the baking spice, and specifically vanilla. And that's why we love American oak, and that's why we love it in stouts, is because it's already lending itself to that. And a lot of times you'll get things like cinnamon and nutmeg and all these other things from that kind of oak. I feel like in like French oak and things like that, you're going to get like things like coconut or some other kind of flavors around that. So, yeah, that's kind of a fun thing too. And we can talk about another beer we're working on with Revolution that is actually exploring the world of French oak, which is really going to be very cool.
But that is the one crazy part. Is like American oak you can get virgin barrels, and they cost about $50 for like virgin, never used, never charred.
We know what virgin means.
But the Spanish and French ones can cost like virgin ones $500, $1,000, just because what ends up happening is part of the reason why you have the tannins is the American white oak has tighter. The French and Spanish have tighter spirals in it, where the American oak has bigger rings in the oak itself. That's where you get more of that opening tannins.
I guess we're not waiting on French oak. So, when we're talking about, so obviously,
Yeah, but Marty does small portions.
yes. With Marty and Revolution, well, he's working with a company called Creative Oak, and Marty's kind of become my Jedi. I'm simply a Padawan. He's brilliant. We decided to do. I had Buffalo Trace Mash #1 barrels that we brought in, and we actually had too many for last year's Krampus. And reached out to Marty. I'm like, hey, I've got these barrels. Let's do a collab. You said you would do it. You said. And sorry, I put my fist up like I was going to fight Marty.
You said like
you said.
like if we ever did a variant of Krampus for the malting hour.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep.
Make sure.
Shit.
We're on the same
Well,
page.
you didn't do this.
Violence works.
Oh yeah, we haven't thrown the fist. All right.
But he started working with this company. I thought it was very interesting. They're doing like different types of toasts on these French oak, and each maybe one or two of the barrels is going to be infused with a French oak stave. What people don't realize is that in France, they actually literally grow forests, like Forest Tronchet in France, to make wood for these barrels specifically. And they grow the oak in a very certain way, so it's easier to turn into barrels, the whole 9 yards. There's also a bunch of like very creepy, kind of cool lore around Forest Tronchet. So
look it up, kids. Look it up.
Look it up. Troncais. I'm sure there's an
Thank you for spelling that because
weird accent or something in there that I don't understand because I am not French. But
Wait. You're not French?
oui, I am not.
Okay.
So
Oui.
what they did was they also took from outside of Troncais. You have to understand, Troncais is like made to make your Grand Cru. Bordeaux's and Burgundies and things like that. That's the best of the best. And then once you get outside of that forest, there'll be different forests that'll make different types of oak. That's how dedicated they are to the craft of barrel making. And Creative Oak and Marty decided like, hey, what if we could harness this and sell it to brewers to do very interesting things and do different toasts to pull out different flavors. And then instead of explaining toast, what we'll do is we'll call it creme brulee, toasted coconut, marshmallow, and things like that. So then you're looking through their program and you're like, okay, well, I want to do, creme brulee and coconut if I must. So we did a bunch of different combinations. So there's going to be this very interesting point, which is going to make me and Matthew put our heads to the wall, where we have to combine these barrels, figure out how much liquid, figure out labels. It's also going to make Tim crazy.
Oh, yes.
And make sure that each one is like very different and that we sell it in a certain way. So that was a very long...
This is why we drink.
That is...
I have the base for the label already done, though.
Super exciting to hear about. That sounds cool as shit. That's awesome.
Well, you've got one of the best people at doing barrel-aged beers right in our backyard, and that is Marty at Revolution.
He's outside?
Without a doubt. He's right outside. He's been waiting.
Well, this is the old Irving episode. You're not coming in.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's Scandinavian homie.
Talking about barrels, I felt like Mélange is a really nice place to go next.
Let's go wherever you want to go, bro.
Well, so...
You're absolutely right, by the way.
So Mélange this year is this is the third year that we've done a non-adjuncted version of Krampus. Fourth?
For as many years as we've done this show together.
Yeah. And so
we started with Krampus in the Buff, Krampus in the Rye, Double Barrel, and then this year would be Mélange.
Yep. I think it's because it was our idea.
Actually, I think it actually might have been.
Actually, that might be correct.
What? No,
I'm dead serious. I think that might actually be correct.
I think you might actually be correct. I remember you guys saying, like, what if you guys did a Krampus without the cocoa nibs?
I'm sure more than one person said it at some point, but...
I'm pretty sure we probably... Because Brandon and I have talked many times about certain beers that we've had are either adjunct or barrel aged, and it's like, wow, this is really good. I wonder what just the base tastes like.
Yeah. Mélange is funny. When I was working at Moto, we were learning fancy wine words a lot, and we would make fun of the fancy wine words because we were a bunch of degenerates.
Oh, yeah.
And we used to we had like a wine dump bucket for people who didn't finish their tastings. So we would dump it into like a Lexon, and we'd be like mélange, like saying like basically it's a blend. You know what I mean? So when we were trying to figure out a name for like a blended beer, Mélange came to part. But more importantly, I was originally going to blend this with a Belgian quadruple, and then Matthew called me one day. He's like, "Are you blending a Belgian quadruple with a stout?" And I've taught him a lot about our yeast program and everything, and I was like, "Oh, that's a terrible idea. What if that yeast decides to take off?"
Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah, I don't want to say, but I'm saying." And I was like, "Good call, Matthew." And then I was like, "But we have a barley wine and a rye wine." And so that from there it came to bench trial, and thank you, Matthew, for saving our asses on that. And it became this. We had a 2-year aged barley wine that we did with more way back in the day, and it's obviously amended and things like that, called Mecafont. So it's 2 years in the brew pub at 70 degrees. And then we had the Goose Island rye wine aged in rye whiskey casks that we blended with it. And we were very happy. There it is, cordial rye. And we were really happy with how it turned out. I was actually probably more, I think all of us were more excited than the general public about this, especially when it warms up, because it has layers and layers of like chocolate and raisin and oak tannin and baking spices. And that's kind of like what I love about food and beer and wine more than anything else is subtlety. So this became all of our favorites because I think we all kind of dwell in that same realm where we love the art of, I don't know, less.
Sure. Less is
So
more.
yeah, and so for us, if you look on Untapped, it's not going to be everyone's favorite, but for us, we've sat there next to these barrels every day. I mean, they're basically like little brothers or sisters to us, and it's I think it's a really cool beer.
I feel like that makes sense as like a personal, like, you love all the beers, obviously, that you wouldn't have made them otherwise, but having one that's more like for you guys, like, it's kind of like, oh, this is for us. Pat yourself on the back, like, this is our beer to drink. Like, maybe It's funny that you said the tannins and the raisin, because that's the first thing when I first had this and now that I get from this, and then everything else kind of comes through. This I love that you guys do this. That's not like a full, like an adjunct version of it that is just focused on like barrels, because I think the more and more that breweries take the time and like care to really focus on just beer. I mean, obviously, I love adjunct shit. It's great. I love giant pastry stouts that are barrel aged. Some that are just like, it's too much. Maybe it's too sweet. Maybe I shouldn't be drinking all this right now. But the focus on... Shut up, Tim. The focus on...
Fuck up, Tim.
Yeah, dude, I'm talking here. The focus on, like, the barrels is, I think, so important, especially when it's, when it's coming to, like, what really goes into a good barrel-aged beer.
And thank you for saying all that. And furthermore, once you have one of Marty's beers that are like barrel focused, like you can see how, like, and this is not like, I'm not shitting on us or anything, but I'm simply gonna state, like, once you see a master at his craft, like do something like a barley wine with barrels.
The barley wine
went at Fobab. Do you remember the name of it?
I don't, unfortunately.
It didn't win an award, which is fucking
French for cherry, whatever
criminal,
that was.
yeah.
Whatever that
and
was.
we had that, and I texted Marty right away, and I was like, that's the best barrel-aged beer I think I've ever had.
Yep.
And sours, everything. And it's very funny that our first entrance, I'm very proud of this, but you'll notice there's a stop. Like mid-palate, there's a stop. You'll see like a little roundness. It kind of does a little twist on the tongue before it goes back and it finishes the story. Marty's is like fucking poetry. It's like a goddamn song across your palate that never stops, and you can walk away from that drink and you're upstairs now, you're about to get a lager at the Lager Lounge at Fobab, and it's still dancing, and it's just, that's so cool. And I love that this is our first entrance into blending, and I'd be very interested in doing more blending just to get to the level that someone like Marty is at,
I feel like Gamble Yarded, the barrel aged version, was our first one, but part of the reason why I love especially this is because if you didn't tell someone that we didn't add adjuncts, it tells such a story that I think that I love what we can play with coffee and coconut and spices and chocolate and everything else. But you drink this and you don't tell anyone what's in it. It tells so many different stories while it's sitting on your palate. And then you're like, oh yeah, it's just the barrels and the beer.
Well,
and you're like, it's just the barrels and the beer, and that's where the artistry.
It would be
in time.
It'd be really interesting to do like a blind tasting of just like, oh, try this out. What do you think's going on here? I'm like, oh, it's clearly a barrel aged stout, and have someone actually like try and pick it apart. It'd be interesting to see like someone who obviously very like knows barrel aged beers very well, or someone who's just kind of like, this is what I get out of it. I think that'd be fun.
I mean, I can tell you right now, when we were tasting this Krampus specifically in barrels over the course of the last year, when we would, we tasted it obviously every once in a while, and every time we tasted it, we were just gobsmacked that it didn't already have cocoa nibs in it. It was so chocolatey. Just that base was so chocolatey.
There was a moment where I thought about not adding cocoa nibs.
Yeah.
And honestly, if I could turn back time a little bit, share.
I can turn back time. I have that outfit on right now.
Yeah, he's
pretty sexy.
Fishnets. Thank you. No, if I could, I would actually probably not do the cocoa nibs.
Yeah.
We would have saved money, and I think the malt could have done all the chocolate talking.
I don't disagree with you.
Yeah.
Chocolate is very like upfront in this.
That just makes me. Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing, but that makes me curious now to what it was before.
Yeah. Well, I think there's an amount of chocolate that we got from the malts that we added to it: chocolate rye, some roasted malts, some of the carafas from Weyermann out in Germany. And then you add cocoa nibs. There's a fruitiness that happens that definitely got intensified with the cocoa nibs, which you definitely get in chocolate, pure chocolate. Like you'll notice there's a little bit of fruitiness. It almost tastes like cherries or something. And we definitely get that in the beer. And I would have loved to have seen it maybe without that.
Yeah.
We see that a little bit in Mélange, but then we blended it with things that taste like fucking cherries and nuts and things like that. So
can you just brew another batch then, and then just?
Well, we brew a new batch every year, actually, which is why it's an annual release.
Fucking walked into that one.
You dumb bastard.
I'm gonna go. And with that, everybody, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next
It's been a
year.
great time.
Unkept promises.
That's right. Unkept promises.
That's the
Name
that.
of our
I mean,
beer.
it's a non-barrel aged Krampus. Unkept promises. You said you were gonna barrel age this.
So
what's this one?
So moving on. Champurrado is something that you guys have known forever. You guys were champions in the early days.
Not me.
Oh, you weren't. That's
No,
right.
he
You were
was-
not a big
You
fan.
son of a bitch.
Well, he was against the Heat.
Yeah.
And that's okay, and I get it, and I think that's
Thank
what
you.
was. It's all good. Like, look,
Still hates you.
He stays out of the kitchen because he can't stand it.
hey, here at OIB, we make a lot of different beers to make sure we suit all kinds of people who are maybe have terrible dead palates or have really good ones.
Thank you.
But no, as you know, like Champurrado has a near and dear place to my heart, specifically because it is inspired by the mole at Moto Restaurant. From the mole cannoli dish, and I think we pulled it up last time to see it.
That's a great name.
It was a very
great
cool
name.
dish. It was actually very fun because you would have a meat dish, and you would think you were done with like your main courses.
Yeah.
It could be 10 or 20 courses. All of a sudden, a cannoli would come out, and you'd be like, "Oh shit, I'm about to have dessert," and it
Surprise,
literally looked like Rue dies, motherfucker. But,
French fries. Okay, sorry, we're not gonna
fucking love Dexter.
Yeah, it's so good.
So what it would come out as a cannoli. It would have the crema on either side with it looked like pistachios with the chocolate that I still remember how to do the design to make it look sweet and delicious.
He is acting it out.
And then you would eat it and it would be completely savory. And the mole was actually a recipe that our chef Chris, who is amazing and still is, got from an abuela down in Oaxaca. And it was a black mole recipe.
I know all those words.
And it's a place in Mexico
Abuela
where
means grandmother.
abuelas, aka grandmothers, live. And
I got the hot chocolate.
and there's chocolate involved. So I remember it would take us like 2 days to make it, but I remember the chilies very specifically because they were all dried chilies, and I'd never seen dried chilies because I'm from fucking Michigan and we don't have fucking dried chilies in Michigan. I'm sorry.
That's true.
I'm not going to Kroger's or Myers and getting my fucking dried chilies. But
I wonder if you could now.
I'm going there to get processed ham and some cheese because I just made ham and cheese
Some crap
for
singles.
family dinner or whatever the fuck ever. This is back in the day, boys and girls. This is back in the day. So, ancho, guajillo, and pasilla. I've always been trying to find cascabel, but you cannot find it as very recently. But it was me, Tim, and Cassandra. Actually, it was me, Max, and Cassandra this year.
I did not.
Last year it was
one,
me and you, and we basically take apart the pods, and they're already very low on the capsaicin level.
I love ancho chilies, by the way.
Oh, good.
They're so good.
Yeah, and the thing I love about these red chilies is you get a lot of raisinated kind of qualities from them. Well, we pull them apart, we empty out a little bit of the seeds, and we just kind of separate them so they have more surface area for the heat to get in. And then once you're done with that, it takes a while because you got to rip the tops off, open them up, drain some of the seeds because we don't want too much heat for little girls like you. And then we put them in the oven.
You almost spatchcock them.
Yeah, it's not wrong, Tim.
Yeah.
And then
balls?
No, we're talking about that.
The peppers.
yeah, and then we put the peppers inside of the oven in 350 for about 10 minutes, which is kind of our go-to for all of our ingredients. They come out, they're hard as fuck. Throw them into a bag. God damn it.
You walked into that one.
I sure did. Hopefully not backwards. And then you put it into the keg, into the beer, infuse it. Obviously, I'm most excited about those, but then of course you have the Saigon cinnamon, the vanilla, the cocoa nibs, the other pieces here,
And the coffee this year.
Yeah.
Well,
and then
why the coffee this year?
So we won last year.
Your exhale seems so disappointed.
No, I'm not disappointed.
No.
No, he's absolutely right. This should be discussed.
I was going to ask.
Yeah. So last year we won silver at the Festival of Barrel Aged Beer. We had never won a FOBAB award. Not that I was disappointed or obsessing over it or anything, but like I thought about it every day up until that moment. But
We didn't freak out at all.
we didn't freak out at all when we won. I actually even took off my jacket and told Tim like, "Don't get up. We're not winning anything."
Yep.
And we did, and I had to put my jacket on and like run up, and I tripped like 3 times on the way up because I was sober. But
I still have a pin on my jacket over there.
but yeah.
Still
Yeah, it was so cool winning, but at the end of the day, I don't ever want to just rest at success. Success is fine, but it's fleeting, and it's only for a moment, as well as anything else. So you can succeed one year, but if you just go ahead and play that record again, people have already heard that tune. And for me, my duty is not to the judges who judge FOBAB. My duty is to my team, the business, and our guests. So I want to change it up. I want to add some new things. I want to keep people guessing, keep it interesting, and make sure that we're kind of stretching beyond what we've done before. If we're not going to do something new, then it better be a different expression of what we've done previously. Because if we can't get better or we can't get different, then why the fuck would you come back next year and buy the exact same thing? Oh, cool, there's some different barrels. No, let's do something different. And who better to usher that in than my friend Parker at Hexa Coffee, who I absolutely adore, and get to talk to him for a few minutes and being like, I like the dustiness and the raisinated qualities on these chilies are so beautiful. Your coffee actually has a lot of these qualities. Which one do you prefer? And he suggested roasted on the day of, got them to us, infused immediately by my team. Damn. And that's how it happened. And then we won bronze. You know what?
Yep.
If we can win silver and bronze in 2 years, boys, I'm very happy about that.
Also, fun story on this one is the beer was finished an hour before competition judging happened.
Yeah. Matthew quite literally took the case off of the canning line, ran it down
That's awesome.
to UIC Pavilion, and dropped it off. I did hear, though, that we were not the last people. We were not the last people.
I believe it. I did believe that.
Were we the last ones who dropped it off that won?
That I don't know. I did not hear that, but we were not the last.
But my fun
Goes
story...
without saying, Matthew's a
that's the
goddamn
key. Just
mensch.
bring it
And
in
also,
at the
I'm
last
so
minute.
sorry how much I
Freshest the
stress you
better.
out.
Yep.
But my favorite thing about that, and this is where it always goes back to Trevor and Flavor, is we were supposed to package it...
Is that a beer name, Trevor and Flavor?
We were supposed to package it a little bit earlier in the day, maybe even the day before, and Max came in, everyone tried it, and the biggest thing that happened is we're like, yep, we get the peppers, we get the cinnamon, we get everything. We got Champurrado, and it was delicious, and then the main thing that was discussed was, we don't really get the coffee. And so Trevor was like, recircuit, give it a couple more hours, let's get the coffee to kick it up.
Yep.
If we're going to call it coffee Champurrado, you better have coffee. And that's the thing that I love with that. And so, yes, it was a little bit more stressful, but he got the coffee through. And to me, that's what really shines through.
Well, in fairness, we have not discussed the full stress of Krampus yet.
No.
Do we want to discuss that yet?
We'll
Or do we
get
want to
there.
wait till after?
Who's
let's
in
wait.
therapy?
Wait till the end? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Does everyone have therapists yet? We need therapists.
So I'll say this, as I've said, like I've had.
You poured more.
This is my third pour. So,
Champurrado.
So
I love it.
you don't
girl.
like spice?
So this year,
It's not as spicy.
No, he doesn't like to share.
yeah, fuck you guys. So this year, like stop looking at my legs, dude. I was wondering when it's going to start getting loud because it's been so quiet. I'm like, wow, this has been a very nice, calm episode.
4 glasses.
Don't fuck it up.
Each year, I buy like a couple of the Krampus variants. This year, I specifically bought double Krampus, which we'll get to later, and the Champurrado coffee. And Champurrado coffee.
So not the whole lineup.
No.
You didn't buy the whole lineup.
No, I didn't, man. I went to
tasted all of
the
them.
fucking dinner, and I'm doing this with you
cool.
guys.
No,
I
that's-
come into the,
you know,
I come
I-
into the brew pub, and I buy these beers.
I wasn't judging. I was
think
just
Tim's
stating.
a cunt too. It's okay.
I was just stating.
Thank you, Tim.
Trevor.
I was saying thank you, Tim.
Oh.
Somebody else. I know your name. The Champurrado coffee is my favorite of this year.
It is also my favorite, actually.
I think you and I,
Legitimately, yeah, it is
you
my
and I
favorite.
talked about it, and I never disliked. Well, I mean, they were never my favorite because I like spice. I do like spice. Love the Spice Girls too. Scary Spice,
Yeah.
all the other spice, Baby Spice, Ginger Spice, Sporty Spice, and
Shut up, Spice.
that one. But I don't love spice in a big stout. Like I don't really want that. This beer, however, even if you took out the coffee, the spice on it is perfect because I think everybody gets the spice who drinks this, whether you're sensitive to spice or not.
Like, you know it's there, but
Yeah,
it's not.
it is the perfect amount, and the coffee I think just kind of like takes it over the top in the best way possible, and that's why that is my favorite variant this year. And I don't know if you guys still have some of it left, but I plan on coming by Old Irving in the next couple of weeks, and if it's still there, I'm probably going to grab
Couple
it.
It actually is selling pretty quickly. I went back there and looked at the cases today.
I know, I was getting kind of nervous about
Yeah,
that.
no, it's happening pretty quick.
I was gonna say, like, I don't feel like the spice is more intense than in any
No.
other year.
No.
And like Champurrado has been one of my favorites. Like I've used that when I've made chili,
Yep.
and,
Great
like,
palate, great guy.
done all that kind
Okay,
of stuff.
take it easy.
But I feel like the coffee complements it really well, and I guess because I'm like, give me ghost peppers, give me this shit. Like,
Get it, man. I'm afraid of really spicy things. I
want to burn
never mind,
my,
sorry.
It's okay.
burn my,
Yeah,
but
no,
like no, but like not in beer. Like I love spicy stuff, so like I can, you know, I can tell when there's spice in there. I can tell when there's chilies in there.
Yeah.
And my favorite thing about this is that like you get that hit of chili, and I feel like the coffee mellows it out, and then you get like that coffee essence, and it's just like this is probably like my favorite Champurrado of all of them. I don't know if it's my favorite of the year,
We'll get to that later.
but definitely my favorite Champurrado.
I will say one more thing because I know we
taste it?
probably need to go to a break. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is-
Okay.
What I love about this beer is that I can taste beer, barrel, cinnamon, spice, and coffee individually. Nothing's fighting. I think that's why I like it. Like years of drinking barrel-aged beers now, and the more that I drink them, I realize that that's what I'm looking for. If you're saying all these things are in there, I'm not really disappointed if I can't find some of the things, but if I can really taste them, oh wow, that's great. But when you hit something like this, where it's like you can taste everything individually, to me that's like perfection.
Can I say something?
You may.
Yes.
One word?
I mean, no, it's your podcast, so about that.
But this is not coming off as bad at all.
It's okay.
But the thing that I find most interesting about this beer is you take a sip, and I like what Tony just said. I get all of those flavors.
Mm-hmm.
The lingering essence I get in my mouth feels like I just took a bottle of Hershey syrup and squirted it in my mouth,
Interesting.
and like literally, it's like almost like Hershey chocolate kind of lingering in the back end. I was like,
I know a lot of people
This
hate
is-
on Hershey's chocolate, but as a person who grew up on it,
yeah,
I
dude.
fucking
There's
love
nothing
it.
wrong with
No, I'm
Hershey.
talking about like the syrup.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
the,
oh, I know.
it's
Chocolate-
like,
we know
that
what you mean.
chocolate syrup just kind of like
Out of a can?
I literally had to take like Dude, I used to do it.
Oh, I did too.
Back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
That was cool.
But like literally, I had to take a couple of sips in a row, and I was like, "Is that really what I'm tasting?" Because I thought I was fucking in my head. I'm like, "No, that's kind of what I'm getting."
It's interesting you mentioned the finish because I was about to interject and say you're 100% right. You fucked this beer up for me, by the way.
That's all I taste right now is Hershey's.
You know what? I fucking hate this beer.
No, because obviously that product, as we remember it, the squeezy bottle, pop top. It goes into the milk. You mix it up with a spoon. It becomes chocolate milk. But you remember how like increasingly decadent it was if you drank it straight.
Yep.
Decadent.
And it tasted like fruity and like intensely sweet. It took over your whole palate. That's the first thing you get. It's like a flat thing. So I think like if I were to advise any drinkers on this, I would say sit back after you've had a sip and like really sit back and like let it go. Then you start pulling out cinnamon and all these other things. And I don't think enough of us do that. I don't think enough of us take time to, in between drinks, just kind of sit back and like not look at your phone. Don't look at the TV, even though I love this movie so much.
Christmas Vacation,
National Lampoons, and like let all the flavors kind of then go. And it's pretty cool to see it. The thing I preferred about last year's Krampus, and by the way, no one hates my beer more than me.
True.
So every year I will always beat the shit out of the beer. But
By the way, the one that won silver last year.
Yeah, the one that won silver last year at Full Bab.
that beer.
the thing that I absolutely adored about it actually was probably what you hate about it was the intersection of a little bit of spice, like warming spice in the back, that intersected with just enough cinnamon, like we infused it long enough to also have cinnamon heat. And then barrel heat, and then alcohol heat. It all came together in like one fluid motion, and it was so pretty. This year's is fun, and it's a little bit more of a circus on the palate. But last year's, man, that was mine. Like that was like a tuning fork. I really sort of enjoyed it.
I'm pretty sure I enjoyed
I
that.
feel like if you were to look at exactly what you just said as a flavor thing, with the spice on the right of a triangle, the cinnamon on the left of a triangle,
right.
The bottom of the triangle this year was the coffee that kind of like impeded a little bit of the heat coming off of those, but it imparted a different flavor while covering up some of those harsher notes of the heat and cinnamon.
Yeah, but I'm going to disagree a little bit because this is the
Balance it out.
This is the longest that you can fuck right off, Tony.
I thought we were about to go to a commercial break.
We were.
I was going to cut
until
him off.
you were all wrong.
Oh.
I haven't had this sipping for this long because we went back to it, and the heat builds as it's warming.
It does.
Absolutely.
You're not wrong.
And so, to me, that's the part that I'm actually enjoying way more.
I like that too.
Is that,
I
like,
do like that because I do like spice.
You are correct. In last year, I think the spice hit earlier, but part of the thing that I like sipping on this longer. And when we do 16-ounce cans and I'm drinking a whole can, then I want to be able to sip on it. And so to me, as this warms up and you're drinking the entire can, I like that the spice builds, but it's still not overwhelming.
I like Matthew's like, you're wrong. Your beer is better than you thought. I'm like,
Idiot.
Oh, if you must.
Idiot.
Also, we sound like the biggest bunch of douchebags pulling this thing apart. The beer is good. Put it in your face.
And now we're going to do shots of Hershey syrup.
Speaking
Out
of
of a can, you bougie fucker with the plastic bottle.
Yeah, that's what we do.
You do it out of a can.
Not us, loser. Anyways,
I don't think cans have existed for like 30 years.
Speaking of losers, let's take a break. We'll be right back.
Cheers.
And we're back.
Welcome back, everybody. We're here with the crew from Old Irving. Trevor, Matthew, you've been here a lot, and Tim. And we're drinking through the 2025 lineup of Krampus. Did you just call it Krampus or Krampus Cookies? Because I mean, the base is Krampus.
It is
Cookies.
fucked up. I don't
not
know.
fucked up, dude.
No, it is
It's
fucked up
okay.
because we apparently what's happened over the years is that the base is Krampus Cookies and all the other are not Krampus Cookies. So when I called it barrel-aged Champurrado coffee Krampus Cookies, someone got a bug up their butt about it.
That was me.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
And
that is too
I
much.
was like,
I was like, wow, they misnamed our beer.
yeah. And it was like,
Trevor misnamed our beer.
bitch, first of all.
Wow.
It was Krampus Cookies to start with, and all these are variants on Krampus Cookies. So that's why I gave it that name, but apparently we've moved on, and I've been voted off the island. It is...
And
You could have approved different names. I put the labels past you.
Hey, speaking of moving on, let's try this next beer.
Hey!
Fucking Segway King.
Woo! Professional.
This feels like
It's like you're on
dinner.
2 wheels. You're such a segue.
Okay, I gotta go.
Tim, you can be voted off now.
That was a pretty good joke. I'm not gonna lie. I hate it, but I also love it.
Thank you.
Yeah,
what I
let's
do.
go make sweet love somewhere. All right, so here we go.
So what are we drinking?
He had to take
Who
it.
poured this one?
He had to take a deep whiff of it first and pour a little bit more.
This is going to be German chocolate cake, Krampus Cookies.
It doesn't say it on the can,
It
though.
doesn't say it on the can.
Real quick,
It would've been way too long.
before you get into this,
Please.
the dessert that included this at the dinner was fucking fantastic.
Oh yeah,
Was that
they
the
knocked it out of
shortbread?
park.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, that's right. I'm sorry. I was confusing the brownie. The shortbread. It's on it. It's up there.
I have the list.
Right, grab. Let's grab the menu.
That Tim designed.
Where was the German? Okay.
Oh God, everything's falling apart.
See, I told you the second half is when everything starts falling apart in the best way possible.
We only have
I would
2
like to
beers
point
left.
out that I am not the one that's
No,
falling
no,
apart
no.
yet.
So this was served.
It's the brownie, isn't it?
Yeah, it was served with the
I
brownie.
knew it.
Okay.
Because it was like the on the bottom. It was like a caramel, right? Like a. Oh, so good.
Yeah. Oh my god. Okay.
I will say this is actually showing better than I remember it. Like I'm actually like loving this even more than I did
Nice.
Way to go,
a
McDonald's.
few weeks ago.
Yeah, so
I love
the
it.
idea behind this one obviously was German chocolate cake. I don't remember. I think this was a Max idea
It
of
was.
German chocolate cake. Yeah, I think this was Max Leaper now at the pub.
You wanted to do it with Gnosis.
Last
year.
Yeah, he originally wanted to do it with Gnosis, and then I was like kind of sitting on it for a while. I was like, you know what? Let's go ahead and go for it. My biggest hang up with doing German chocolate cake is obviously not the coconut or the chocolate or anything like that. It was mostly the nuts. So pecans, obviously, you know,
Would you say it was driving you nuts?
it was kind of driving me nuts. Oh, damn it.
Sorry.
You get voted up next.
So pecans specifically are a pretty popular flavor anyway. I don't like using common allergens. Obviously, you guys know we took lactose out of Krampus
Yes.
like years ago to get rid of the common allergen, which is hilarious because I also make a beer which has made of common allergens. But we didn't want to use that. We did what we usually do. We get these beautiful coconut chips. We toast them. Maybe you guys saw the picture of like the whole bar lined up.
Yep.
Around the corner is me and Max in the morning, 5 racks at a time.
Sounds like a radio show.
It does.
Me and Max in the morning.
Me and Max in the morning.
Coconut trays.
Yeah, coconut trays. 5 trays at a time, in and out, about 5 minutes at a time. So you get a little bit of toast, a little bit of raw. Then it went right from there into Meslin bags, right into the mix itself. Now, pulling the curtain back a little bit further, you do not always need to use real product, and sometimes it actually isn't beneficial. One of my favorite things
To use a real product, you say?
yeah,
Right. Gotcha.
actually, Sean from Phase 3, 1 year at Goose Island, he said it best. He's like, you know, if you're trying to make a product like Neapolitan ice cream, you're not going to expect real strawberries,
Right.
real chocolate. You know, you're not going to
They
expect
did that
these
with Brewery
flavors.
County 1 year.
Yeah, and they did
something
that
close
too.
to that.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to expect kind of extracts. So
yeah.
find the best extract that pairs with it. We did that, and it was like a butter pecan flavor, and we actually did a bench trial, and it was usually me and Max sitting down first and then kind of trialing out, making sure everyone agrees. If they don't, we hit them. And then,
Matthew.
because we're obviously right, and then we go from there. And that's kind of what happened here. And then obviously the base is still cocoa nibs and vanilla. I was very happy with how it turned out. It actually reminds me of that little bit in between all of the chocolate cakes. I would almost...
Yeah.
I don't know what to call it, but it's a mixture of pecan, coconut, don't, and it's almost like a frosting, but it's more a clear sort of gel looking thing.
Like a filling?
So shut the fuck up, man. I had a different name for it behind
What was it?
closed
What
doors.
was the other name?
We're not gonna say that on. We're not gonna say that.
It's
on,
part of
on mic.
Crampi.
We won't say it. We won't say it on mic. We won't say it on mic, but I'll find out afterwards.
You will find out afterwards. We'll tell you what it's called afterwards. Anyway, that little bit in between all the cake layers.
Did you say jizz?
No, I did not. And I've never lied in my life. And the little bit in between each of the cakes. God damn it, dude. Why did you have to do that?
Crampy.
So, by the way, German chocolate cake, not from Germany, named after a dude whose last name is German. And I think that ends this one, right? This is pretty good. Did you guys like it?
Yeah, it's
It's
great.
so
Wait,
cool.
isn't German chocolate cake American? Didn't someone in America make it? Yeah.
Yes, it's made. Yeah, I just said that.
No,
when
you
were.
said, no, you said it wasn't. It's not from
It was
Germany.
named after a person
So-
whose last name is German.
You didn't
In
say
America.
You didn't say America.
I'm pretty
Texas.
sure. I'm pretty sure his
Texas,
name was
right?
Herman.
That I don't know.
I think it was Texas.
I believe you.
So I will say this: each year,
His name was Ron Jeremy, apparently.
dude,
Oh, that's where the juice comes from.
don't have to keep going with it.
Well, you did it already. I'm not gonna let good jokes.
I thought
just
maybe- I
not
thought-
reside in my mind rent free.
I honestly thought maybe I was wrong, and that was going to be the joke. But I'm happy that I'm not wrong.
How am I the call?
Out of all of the,
Shut the fuck up, Tim.
Tim, no one wants to hear from you.
so each year,
Smoked weed.
I love all of the labels that you guys do.
That's Tim.
Yes, Tim, this is my favorite.
you.
This is my favorite label this year.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very
Out of all-
much.
I mean, like they're all great, but like I don't know. I think.
I really like Double Double. I think he put a lot of effort in that one.
Shut up, Matthew. So
I did actually.
the one thing about this beer specifically, this one to me is the most. I know we're getting to double double, and there's not a lot going on there, but there's double going on there. This to me is probably the more pastry stout of the Krampus lineup this year. It definitely comes across as here's a kind of like barrel aged pastry stout, because like smelling it, you get the coconut, you get the pecan, and it's probably the sweeter of all of the. There's a lot going on as I'm talking. I'm sorry.
Sorry,
I
you
know. I was
focus.
trying.
You're
I was
a
trying.
professional,
I know.
dude.
I was trying to, and I couldn't do it anymore. This to me is like the sweetest one that you guys have this year. That's not a bad thing. It definitely reminds me like German chocolate cake is sweet.
It is.
This is very tasty, and it's great. Like this like I said, this one reads more of a pastry stout than any of the others.
100%. And I think what happened.
that's fun.
I think what happened is with the coconut itself. Because I saw that review coming up again. People were like, this is the sweetest one. I'm like, you fools! It is all the same base. And then I was like, haha. But then I was like,
Speed Racer cartoon.
haha. But no, I realized that obviously coconut has fucking sugar in it.
Yep.
And I'm using coconut chips, and I think you get some residual sugar from simply the infusion. So it did. I guarantee you, if you put a hydrometer in this, it's going to be sweeter than all the other beers. Yeah. We could literally do a test on it if you want.
Brandon, go grab your hydrometer.
I'll be right back.
No, don't do that.
I do think this one is like kind of a more like playful, fun one. Like
Totally.
I said, like as far as like
Agreed.
a pastry stout,
Yeah.
barrel aged pastry stout. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who consider this one probably their favorite because that's what they're
100%.
what they're looking
And
for.
so every year we tend to have, and I think Trevor and I think about this similarly. Is like
course.
we always have the OG. We now have the non-adjuncted one. We love playing with Champurrado with a little bit of spice. And then you need the ones that are just fun. Last year, it was like Fireside Krampus with the marshmallow.
Yeah. That was my
And-
so good.
Yeah, and so because even in these really big adjuncted stouts, you want to have different bases of people who like barrel-aged beer. And everyone has kind of different take on it. This year, OG was my favorite. Like, I love the wood characteristic that comes with it with just a little bit of adjunct. And some people really want that big, sweet, like, over-the-top coconut aspect, which I love.
Yeah, there's definitely times when I want something like that, and then there's other times where I want just like Krampus cookies. And I'm gonna bring up Goose Island like I normally do about Bourbon County, but like we talked about,
You should.
Brandon and I
They
have,
invented the shit, so
this year's Bourbon County lineup to me was one of the best.
Yeah,
and
agreed.
Brandon and I got a chance to do a media tasting and a dinner, and the way they presented those beers to us was like, as we drank through them, it was like, no, this is better. 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 It is like they hit everything, just like you guys did here. With like, there's something for everybody when it comes to barrel aged beers, and that's why it's kind of fun to like pick and choose which, if you want to get them all, or there's like just a certain type you want to have. It's nice to have that variety.
Agreed.
You guys
Also,
like covered all bases.
Do you guys know the name of the woman who was in charge of this year's prop? I do not. I've never met her
I
personally.
don't know her name, but the
Well,
prop
anyway,
is
shout out for
so
that
fucking
because
good.
I've heard amazing things about that prop, and I finally tasted the other day in the tap room, and I was like blown away.
It 100%.
Well, and
tastes
for
like
those of
Aqua
you
Bar.
that don't know, that the way that Goose Island does Bourbon County is that they actually take solicitations from every employee. Like literally
That's
everyone.
so fun.
From
That's so awesome.
From a janitor to anyone can submit recipes and can submit ideas for what the prop's going to be.
This one,
And they take it from, and they do indeed take it from
anybody. This year's prop, the 2017 prop was my favorite because it was kind of like a Bananas Foster, and that was like just out of this world. And this year's though is right there with it because it really tastes like you can get like honey and cinnamon and like it's really good. It tastes like baklava.
Yeah, Trevor's allergic to bananas. So
no, it's only funny because
you don't like bananas. Right?
No, Quinn, who came up with that prop. He trained. I trained with Quinn and Bjorn and Bill Savage actually is his real name. Three guys who went from that I trained with. They actually ended up working at Goose Island, and I remember when they came up. Quinn knows I'm allergic to bananas, and he gave me a bottle of that, and I brought it to a Thanksgiving because we have like a familial Thanksgiving every year at OIB where we close down Thanksgiving and we invite
Friendsgiving, basically.
It's a Friendsgiving.
I think I saw a picture of that.
Yeah, and everyone was pouring this one. I had a yellow label, and I was like, I think there was some bananas, and luckily I turned the label.
Oh, that actual, not the prop one, but the actual Bananas Foster one?
Yeah.
And he almost, he literally was about to put it to his mouth when he went, wait, let me look at that.
It almost killed me. Yeah. And then actually, there's another guy in the brewing industry, Abel, who's been around forever.
What's with all
you might
these
know
names?
him. Abel COR will be his Instagram
People
handle.
have names.
He also is allergic to bananas, so it's like my brother from another mother who's also allergic to it. And he actually posted that one time that Goose Island tried to kill me. I'm like, I remember that time.
My girlfriend just hates it. What are we drinking now?
Next up, actually, it was the beer I was most worried about this year, only because you already have a base of a lot of chocolate malt, you already have cocoa nibs, you already have vanilla. How do you do more? And I made up this one before ever bench trying it, before trying anything, with like some reserves in my pocket, where I bought extra cocoa nibs, I bought extra vanilla, I had some other pieces where I could even push that flavor even farther, and I ended up needing all the reserves to make it work. But at the end of it, we were like, fuck, okay, cool, this works really well. And I actually ended up being my personal favorite this year is this one, because I love that unexpected one that we had to put a little extra energy into, that was like, all right, we're going double, and that's what we're doing. If it works, it works. If it fails, it fails. And how do you go more when you're already stuffing this thing with cocoa nibs and vanilla and everything else? And on the opposite end, when we added everything, we took it out the other end, and actually it was much more rounded, much more Hershey's chocolate syrup, much more like, bourbon and Hershey's chocolate syrup mixed together, and I was just very excited.
Let's do that.
All right.
And
I would like to shout out Cole, though, one of our coworkers, Cole, who points out that double doesn't really make any sense.
Well, I was gonna
It's
say,
actually
where does
just
the name
double
come from?
Krampus.
But you're doubling the cocoa and doubling
It's
the
actually
vanilla?
just double Krampus.
Well,
I mean,
no, it's double cocoa nibs and double vanilla.
See, I got
Oh, see, I didn't know
That's
that.
why I
What
named it
the
double.
fuck?
How
That's
about
why
you?
it.
Do you even
And you
work
worked
there?
there?
Yep.
Okay, well,
Sit
good
there,
job.
yeah.
Both you and Cole are stupid now. So congratulations.
It happens.
Just kidding, I love you.
You know what? You know what? Can I say
Or
something?
you do a bad job of explaining it.
Don't want to hear you talk.
Oh.
Don't want to hear you talk for 2 seconds.
All right.
Just shut up for 2 seconds.
All right, I'm done.
You know what I like? No, don't be done. You know what I like about this is that it's Krampus cookies. I know it's double, but it doesn't lose what the original base has. It's just, it's more without it being like, oh fuck, it's a different beer.
Yeah, it doesn't overpower it.
Yeah,
It's
no,
just
that's all I wanted to
adds
say.
to it. Yeah.
No, I'm
so
sorry.
where did the
You told me to
And-
shut up.
where did the name come from?
And now you can speak,
Because
Trevor.
wasn't this something family-related cookies? Someone made double recipe or something?
Nope. It was just double cocoa nibs, double vanilla,
That's what I took from it. How do you guys not get that?
double. And
Okay,
it was
you
actually, it's kind of derived from like, obviously we saw like the naming structure of Half Acre and the way they did 2x.
No.
And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. They just kind of did more coconut. You know, I was like, what if we just did more cocoa nibs, more vanilla, and made it even bigger, chocolatey or velvety? The thing, actually, I think it was right before we got going. I think it might have been Max. It was Max. He came up to me and he goes, you about to add all those extra cocoa nibs to that? And I was like, I was thinking about it. To get extra cocoa.
Yeah,
To
why?
get extra cocoa. He's like, cocoa can also make it more bitter, dude. And I was like,
All right, take it.
God damn it.
well,
Shut the fuck up.
no, I didn't say that. I had the backup already ready, and I was like,
Yep.
I'm not taking that risk. You're right. Let's go ahead and use this backup. And it was sincerely just vanilla extract and a chocolate extract.
Would you ever do one, to quote Ice Cube, like a triple-double? Fuck around, got a triple-double?
Fucked around, got a triple double. Today was a good day. Yes, I would absolutely do it.
Just so you guys know, Trevor did put his arm around me during that.
Yeah, I touched him.
That's
yes,
the
I
last
would.
time.
That might be the intro.
You guys. I say I'll do a lot of things in this basement, but there's you guys.
That's
know
all
I'm
off mic. That's all.
a man of my word.
It's the den of secrecy.
That's another beer name.
I was like, what is the beer name again?
Yeah.
Den of secrecy.
Sorry, I keep cutting you off
No,
about this,
Unkept
but-
Promises.
Unkept promises. Yeah.
Of course.
All right, yeah, that's kind of the lineup, guys. That's all I got.
So double is your favorite. Matthew, do you have a favorite of this lineup that like for you is just
yeah.
like
Mine's just the OG.
just oh yeah, that's right, you said it.
To me, and I get where Double is, and it has all of the vanilla, all of the cocoa nibs. I miss a little bit more of that barrel characteristic, a little bit of that tannin structure.
Is that what? Oh, I'm sorry. Trevor's doing what I do, which I keep in my car. Same breed, my friend.
Tums.
Same breed. Yes,
Tums,
Tums.
tums,
Gotta have
tums,
it. Gotta have
tums.
it. I don't drink as many IPAs anymore because of
Correct,
needing
yeah.
those. It's funny because my girlfriend, she's a baker, and I wasn't surprised that I was surprised that she liked the German chocolate one.
Yeah.
German chocolate cake, but the double I wasn't surprised at all because it's like that's that vanilla and chocolate. It's almost like, and I've always said this, I think about Bourbon County, you guys, and I think Half Acre. You guys get like baker's chocolate sometimes in there. Yes, we talked about the Hershey's,
kind of like bitter chocolate. Yeah.
and that's my favorite. When I can get like a nice like little bitter like chocolate in there, it's the best. Tim, what is your favorite of this year?
So I go between the
No, I need one.
Champurrado.
Okay. What was the other one?
Double.
Oh, that's right. I knew that. I
Yep.
just the audience didn't know that you and I already talked about.
Yeah, those are the two favorites. So most of us like the double is definitely high up there
It's
on
awesome.
the brewer
Yeah.
side of being one of the favorites. Just because, again, like Trevor said, it's a little unique almost, even though it weirdly isn't, because it's just more of what we've done. But just by the way we did it, it was a lot more, and it was really fun.
And again, it's there is, like I said, you don't lose
The original,
what. Yeah, you don't lose it. You don't. It's just upped a little bit
additive.
more.
Yeah,
It's again another really nice. Again, I'm saying this balanced.
Yeah.
Just like the Champurrado coffee, where it's like you get everything without losing what's there. Brandon, as you sip upon that lager, trying to wash down all this sweet goodness. What is your? I don't know. What is your favorite? Yeah, nobody gave Trevor one. That's cool.
Or any of us on this side.
That's true.
Apparently.
I asked.
I do have a tie, but I think I'm leaning more towards the double. I do really love the German chocolate cake
Oh, wow.
because I feel like
I thought you'd be more in the Champurrado camp.
no, I said Champurrado. It's my favorite Champurrado, but it's not my favorite of the year or favorite of the year because German chocolate cake was so unique.
Yeah.
And I think it hits all of the essences of German chocolate cake. So that's why I was really excited about it, had it, enjoyed it. But double is just so
Decadent.
it's
And
decadent and it's smooth. The burn isn't really there, but you're just getting all of the nuances and flavors of the beer. And yeah, I really enjoyed double. So.
There's a very fun saying that I like, which is "It tastes good in your mouth."
Yeah, I mean,
Wow. Fuck, that's poetry.
It's very poetic. I know.
he tells me that all the time. You know?
It tastes good in your mouth.
So
I didn't mean it that way, but okay.
good
This
is
is where
always
we go.
good, but things can always get better, and I think that's an important part of the conversation.
It's more poetic.
So let's let's talk about the base and things that you guys feel like are like edges where we could do better next year. I think this is important because right now we're having kind of a butt kiss session, and I love the
We love
beers
kissing your
and
butt.
stuff.
What kind of barrels?
it's
All
really
here
nice.
is edging
Yeah.
and kissing butt.
I'm not like literally. I'm not looking for like, hey, you should use this type of barrel.
No.
Just on the palate, like what would you be looking for on a base barrel aged beer that you wish Krampus had more of?
if I'm being honest, and
Yes.
this is not a butt kissing.
You're supposed to be honest.
Yeah, well, we are. Trust me, there's been plenty of beers where like, I can't talk about this because I don't want to say anything bad, but I do not like it. I feel, we've said this numerous times on this podcast, I feel very lucky to live in Chicago, to be surrounded by so many great breweries, and breweries that do barrel-aged beers really well. And it's a rare thing that I don't enjoy barrel-aged beers from Old Irving, from Revolution, from Half Acre, from Goose Island. I mean, there's obviously my own tastes that I either like or don't like. And
there might be a flavor profile that's not your jam, and
there's a lot more breweries that do barrel-aged beers, but I'm just throwing you guys into the mix too. When it comes, I will never put Krampus Cookies into the mix of my favorites, just like we do with the original Bourbon County, because that's it. Yep. It is what it is. I like it the way it is. I can't compare it to anything else because that would always be number one.
Sure.
Because I would always go back and go to that one. If I had to like really choose, I would want the original of what was always made. So personally,
Thank you.
yeah. Well, personally, like I don't know, like I feel like each year you guys have gotten more creative and better. And like I said, the fact that you guys got me to really like a Champurrado, because I do think last year I did like Champurrado, and I think I mentioned it.
You did.
But this one, that is, it's fucking awesome, and it being my favorite of what you guys did.
That's
this year
wild,
blows
considering,
my mind.
yeah.
All right, Tony, you need to go back.
Okay.
Clip it from last year, how you talked about Champurrado last year, and put it back in. The editing skills will be amazing.
Absolutely not.
What's funny is, and I don't know if this has ever been done, and I
You mean a malting hour variant?
I can't, yeah, but I can't even fathom
I
how this
forget.
would
You guys
work.
just need to remind me. Don't feel like you're bugging me. Just like tell me.
I'll send you a message.
Yeah, or just send a message through our.
Matthew did
I've got
say,
your phone number now.
Matthew did say all we needed to do was pick a day and talk to you about it. And we did.
What I don't know if any breweries have ever done like pistachio. People done pistachio. They have done pistachio, but
They've
like,
done pistachio, but not necessarily in
Milkstachio.
barrel age. But not necessarily in barrel age though.
Right.
Milkstachio is definitely like obviously a milk stout with pistachio, and then of course you had against was it Around the Bend. I always mix them up with Against the Grain.
They had the pistachio.
Around the
Was
Bend
it-
they had
But again, not real pistachio.
was
That's
there,
okay.
Was there
Oh, they
pistachio
have pistachio
in
premium.
prop for the baklava?
Pistachio.
Oh, that's actually a good point. I think there was
Extra.
pistachio in the
Oh, but-
baklava. Yeah.
I mean, pistachio is one of like my
But it's-
favorite things, and like
Yes,
I
pistachio.
love
pistachio
pistachios.
cream, like
You know what people forget
nuts.
when they're doing different types of like nuts is that like pistachios are really good, but they really taste like pistachios when you add salt.
Yes.
And
Oh,
so
yeah.
having like we always do in our stouts an amount of sodium
yeah.
in different ways. So
I would be in, because the fad has been like this Dubai chocolate,
that's a good idea.
like a Dubai chocolate stout.
Shut up! That's
Yeah.
such a good idea.
That's a really good idea.
I hope you guys talk to me like 3 months before it's released and remind me that Dubai chocolate's such a good idea.
Yeah.
And that's
I mean,
the
it
malting
will be-
hour
It
variant.
won't be a thing anymore. That's a thing right now. That fad will be gone next year. The
You don't know
Dubai
that.
chocolate.
You don't know
Well,
that.
we just don't call it Dubai chocolate.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize you were so
But
fucking
not-
fashionable, Tim.
But it doesn't even like
But you're not wrong, by the way.
things that are
I'm
old
not-
fashioned come back in fashion.
Correct, but also you just don't call it Dubai chocolate.
Yeah.
You call it a pistachio.
I still
cream
want
cheese or
Nutella.
something like
I
that.
do want Nutella or Biscoff.
Oh yeah, we haven't done like a hazelnut one. That's a good
Yeah.
point.
That was
Yeah.
the one that Brandon and I, or no, not hazelnut, but Brandon and I, as far
I
as
think we went with Biscoff originally,
Biscoff
but
cookies.
That's right. That's what we talked about last year. Yeah,
Biscoff cookie.
Yeah, hazelnut's a great idea. Maybe we should do a hazelnut.
but
one.
I'm
John the mailman, who we've talked about
Hazelnuts?
previously,
Yeah.
he's wanted.
Hazelnuts.
He likes hazelnuts, which is problematic.
It is a
name.
really great beer, but it's
that
a
really?
problematic name.
Yeah, it's a. Well, I mean, yeah, it's
Is
got
Rogue
a.
still around?
What?
Is it? That's a Rogue beer?
No, that was
hazelnut?
out of Michigan.
I can't recall who it was.
Shorts?
I can look it up.
Was it Shorts Brewing?
Think that was.
That sounds like a Shorts.
Same people who did the pickle beer out of.
So many pickle beers.
There's so many pickle beers now.
I know, but this was like one of the first. Anyway, John brought us that beer, and I liked it
More than once.
More than-
Odd side.
Odd side.
Oh,
That's it.
yeah, outside. Oh man. Ooh,
Phenomenal beer. Phenomenal beer.
Brandon and I had, sorry not to cut that off, but Brandon and I had an odd side
the
Vinny's
atmosphere and
collaboration.
attitude.
It was like nine different fucking adjuncts, and you could taste them all.
That's pretty cool.
It was.
They're a very good brewer.
I think I still have
I
one.
didn't mean that in like a very sarcastic way, by the way.
You know what? I almost want to just use
Sorry,
that as the intro. Be like,
sorry.
that's really cool, and then that's how.
Sometimes when I'm trying to
can edit it that
multitask,
way.
I was taking the foreskin off of my Stella Artois bottle, and I was doing a little bris here on it, and I
That's
sometimes
really
I
cool.
get, well, that's really great, guys.
Trevor the Moyle.
Yeah. So,
Boy,
hey, cheers.
cheers! We did it. Yeah, thank
Oy
you,
vey.
and thank you guys again. I'm glad this has become a tradition for the
So,
podcast.
yes,
That's-
absolutely.
It's very fun, and we're honored to have you guys on here. Brandon and I obviously live in the neighborhood, and we're very lucky to have you guys so close. And
I can tell you right now, we look forward to this. Like legitimately, like I think I actually reached out to, I hit up him before you guys had reached out. It was like, hey, are we doing this?
Yeah,
We doing malting hour?
I think Matthew even presented as like, hey, just so you know, we're doing that malting hour thing if you guys want to. And I was like,
Of course we are.
I think we saw you
if
guys.
we want to, bitch, we do this every year. Like, this is not a choice for us.
No.
Like,
You guys brought it up to
my
us.
wife is at home
before.
stressed with our child right now.
which, just to say, Trevor has been out with me 2 nights in a row. Which
2 nights in a row, baby.
I was honestly, when you came up last night, I was like, that's why this morning I texted you guys and I was like, Trevor, you still coming tonight?
No, we love it. We love you guys. We love Old Irving, and we appreciate you guys obviously bringing all this Krampus for us to try. Whether it's before it gets released or after, it's just so
Thank you
awesome.
for paying us 3 times normal value
Dude,
for
shut
it.
the fuck up. And here,
White Castle.
here's our. This is our yearly
This is
OIB
White
plug.
Castle in there somewhere.
They're just keeping us going. But no, it's great. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you,
No,
brother.
dude,
Thank you for talking
honestly,
about
thank you
everything
so much.
behind
Like
the
we
scenes.
have nothing but fun with doing this, and obviously we love hanging out and talking beer.
It's great to see you guys throughout the year too, and it's not just this.
Yep.
Also, I would like to say congratulations. I don't think there's a lot of crazy. What was that? I don't think there's a lot of crazy audio that I have to worry about this year. This might be the one episode people may not have to like adjust the volume until we all just scream.
No, because when you edit it, you just
Turn
turn
everything
everything
up.
up.
Like your style, Brandon.
New
Trevor.
microphone set up.
No. Trevor, Tim. I'm saving you last for Matthew because you're on the show regularly. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We appreciate it. We love you guys.
Thank you.
Brandon, love you, buddy.
Love you too, man.
We'll see you guys next time, and we don't know when that is. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. What else happens?
Kwanzaa. Happy Kwanzaa.
I'm sorry, I don't remember everything. Happy New Year! This has been The Malting Hour. Be sure to follow us on all social media by searching The Malting Hour and at themaltinghour.com. You can also follow us individually on social media. Brandon can be found on Instagram as BMDub81, on Twitter, BDub81, and on Untapped as BDubDrinksBeer. Tony can be found on Instagram and Untapped under Ace of Help Chicago, on Twitter, The Ace of Help Chicago. Clark can be found as Clarkowski on all 3. Dan can be found on Instagram as hip__hops and hip hops on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe, like, and rate the show on your preferred podcast listening platform. Until next time, cheers from all of us at The Malting Hour.